Sabrina, how's it looking?
Hi Nick, good evening all. Well, today wasn't too bad of a day actually, probably the best day of the week weather-wise. There was lots of dry weather around. If you were in parts of the south and west in particular, you probably got to see some bright or sunny spells. But is it set to last? No, changes on the way. There's already a band of rain over Ireland and that's heading our way tonight. A sign of things to come through the rest of the week too. Also, we have some temperature changes on the way through this week too. So this is the air mass chart today. You can see there's some blue and yellow shades across the country. We got up to about 11 Celsius in some spots. But look what happens through the air mass chart as the day wears on. We do have more of a southwesterly airflow coming down from more in the way of southerly latitudes. That's going to boost those temperatures both by day and by night. No frosts in the forecast this week. This was the scene earlier on then in Aberystwyth. You probably noticed if you did head to the coast earlier on, there wasn't too much of a breeze, not really too much of a contrast actually between coastal spots and inland areas for a change. And as we step through this evening, relatively quiet to start with, but there's already a band of rain over Ireland and parts of the Irish Sea, and that's going to be heading our way later. So I think by the time we get to midnight, that band of rain will already be across western areas and spread its way further east through the small hours. I think some of this does look to be pretty heavy and more persistent, and with this weather front does come more in the way of some strengthening winds too. Temperature-wise then, getting down to about 4 to 7 Celsius. Into tomorrow's forecast then, I think it's a wet start to the day for pretty much all of us. Again, some of that rain will be on the heavy side and could allow for some tricky travelling conditions in places. Now into tomorrow afternoon, I think somewhat of an improvement. We're still going to be left with quite a lot of cloud and there's still some areas of rain and drizzle around, but generally speaking, turning drier for more of us. But in this warm sector, quite a mild, moist air mass, so I suspect some of the mist and murk will tend to linger throughout the course of the day. And temperature-wise then, higher than today's values, getting up to about 14 Celsius in a few spots with that southwesterly airflow, which at times will be brisk to strong. So let's look further out then on Wednesday. We have another weather front with this. This time we've got this cold front, some uncertainty on just where that rain will be at the moment, but I think the further north you are, the higher chance of catching some rain, which again does look to be pretty persistent and heavy at times. The further south you are, generally speaking, turning a little bit drier here. Temperature-wise then, still getting up to 14 Celsius in a few spots. That's above average for the time of year, which tends to be around 9 Celsius. And then looking further out through Thursday, Friday and this weekend, still looking rather unsettled, but some windows of drier and brighter spells. That's your latest, Nick.